Howdy, it's Andy Rashid here from Eyefood Photography. Today I want to talk about how we can make better photographs, and it doesn't cost money, doesn't cost you anything except your attention really, and the difference between the photographs that you're taking today and the photographs that you could take is really about an understanding of a couple of very simple things. Basically, the idea is that you need to know the difference between taking a photograph of something good and actually creating a good photograph. And they're very separate things. So this idea that you've got an object in front of you that you're really attached to, say your dog or a fancy car or a beautiful building or a plant or some description, things that inspire you. And what we tend to do is we'll walk up, look at this object and take a few shots, look at the photographs and see the beautiful object. We're not actually interrogating the opportunity that's in front of us. And so what I want to look at is how are we best placed to be able to actively really investigate something that's in front of us rather than assuming that because we've taken a couple of good shots and they look nice, that we're finished. Okay? So if you want to improve your photography infinitely, then shoot probably 10 to 15 times as many shots as you're shooting now. So recently I did an exhibition and I wanted 20 photographs for that exhibition. Those photographs, each of them needed to have a quality to be able to stand alone. They all needed to fit together as a group, but they needed fundamentally to surprise me and to excite me. And I've been looking at my photographs for over 30 years. And so to create an image that isn't something that I'm consciously aware of or that I could have created before, that actually takes a bit of effort. So it ended up taking quite a bit of effort. And so what I ended up doing is to get my 20 photographs, I was shooting roughly 400 photographs for every final image. Now, they weren't 400 photographs of the same thing necessarily, but I ended up shooting 8,000 frames to end up with 20 photographs. And the photographs that I ended up with were the best images that I could make at that time with the skill set and understanding that I had. And so the reason that I feel that that's my strongest body of work, fundamentally, is because I put in everything that I had. And I think that that body of work is a considerable step up from work that I'd done in the past, because I was fully in service to what I was trying to achieve. So, you've got your beautiful thing in front of you. I'm not expecting you to take 400 photographs of that thing, but what I would like you to think about is how many variations, how many options do we actually have? So we could get closer or further away from that object, so we can change context with our relationship with the object. We can change the way the distortion affects this object through the lens that we're using. So a wide lens close up will give you quite a bit of distortion, whereas a long lens will give you a compression. So there's options perhaps in the equipment that we're using. And then it's about how is that object lit? Is it lit from behind? Is it lit from in front? What happens if it's lit from in front? What happens if it's lit from behind? So we've got 3 variations of things that we could do different combinations of already. And so exponentially, you can see that this could potentially be 10 combinations of things that we could do, and each one of them is going to affect how that photograph looks. And so what I'd like you to do is to consider what are our options here. So if you've got something that's small, so I photograph, I do macro abstracts of plants a lot. And so what I'll do is I'll pick up the plant, I'll break a bit off the plant because often they're from my yard, and I will literally move around in relation to the sun and create a lighting event given the proximity and angle of the sun. What I end up getting is these incredibly different looking photographs between having my light source here and having my light source, well, the light source remains constant obviously, but having my object in relation to that light source moving. There's a world of opportunity if you're prepared to look. If you're thinking that you can take 5 to 10 photographs and you're done, then your work's going to pretty much stay where it is. But if you're prepared to throw 20 minutes at a single object, what you'll find is that you'll exhaust all of your ideas very quickly, and then you have to start looking. But looking and changing and moving and being proactive in that relationship, my little pooch has just arrived, being proactive in that relationship between what you're trying to achieve and your subject matter. Oh, Barney Rama. What I want you to do is to try and imagine that you've been given a brief. You need to come home with something that's extraordinary. And the way to come home with something extraordinary for anybody, this is regardless of your skill set, is to put in way more effort than you think you need to put in, to really commit. So rather than putting a number on how many photographs you're going to take, try and do a time frame. So say you're going to take photographs of a single object. I've got this particular thing. I'm going to shoot this for 25 minutes. And you don't stop. You continue shooting and you look for different ways that are out of your comfort zone, and think about proximity, think about scale, think about the relationships that object has with the things around it, lighting, composition, if you're up high, if you're down low. There's a myriad of potential options if you're prepared to look. There's a beautiful process that I've done with people where I'll get people to get a mug, and I'll put the mug on the table and I'll say, right, draw the mug. And people go, oh, I can't draw, I'm not very good at drawing. And it's like, good, all the better. So what I'd like you to do, if you'll bear with me, is in a second, I'll get you to go and get a mug and do a drawing of that mug. You've got, like, say, 3 minutes to do the drawing of the mug. Okay? So pause the video, go and grab a mug, bring it back and draw the mug. Okay? And once you've drawn the mug, come back, I'll be waiting for you. Hi, welcome back. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is to look at the drawing that you've done. If you're horrified, it doesn't matter. It really is just a drawing for an exercise. Next, I want you to really, really look. So when you're looking, I want you to do one more drawing. When you're doing this next drawing, what I'd like you to do is look at the negative shapes, look at the form, look at this mug as if you've never seen a mug before. So a big part of what happens when we're looking at objects that we're familiar with is that our familiarity blinds us. We're unable to see the specialness in the object because that object's something that we're familiar with. And if we were observing everything with a sense of wonder, we probably wouldn't get anything done in the day. So I understand why we're like that. But for this exercise and for your photography into the future, I want you to bring this level of absolute and utter observation, because this is key. This is a very simple thing and it's really important. So now I want you to draw this mug again, but imagine you've never seen a mug before. So look at it as a form. Look at the shape within the handle. Look at the negative shape around the handle. Really focus in a way that will tell me as much information as you can about that mug in a 3-minute drawing. Okay, so we'll pause the video again. You go and do that drawing. I'll wait for you. Okay, welcome back. Now, if you didn't go and draw the mug, I'm very disappointed. You're probably not getting a Christmas card this year. It's all right, we'll live. But if you did do the drawing, I'm almost certain, and I'd like to hear in the comments, but I'm almost certain that your second drawing is going to be a massive leap from the first drawing just because of your level of observation. And that's the point here. You want to be a better photographer? You need to do the work. You need to really observe, and you need to shoot way more variations and really investigate and interrogate the opportunity that's in front of you. And if you're doing that, I guarantee you that your work will just keep incrementally just stepping and stepping up, because it has to. Because if you're in a position where you're really committing, then you're in a position where you can get results. I can't emphasize enough how attitude and approach will affect the quality of your work. You're a way better artist than you're aware of. You've got limitations that you're not even getting close to. The whole point of engaging in creativity is to push past what we think we are and to push into what we're capable of doing. And most of us don't even we're probably only just scratching the surface of our capacity. At the beginning of every project that I do, and I do a diverse range of projects, and almost without fail, I'm starting a project that I don't have the skill set to complete. And through the process, I develop my skill set. So it's not about waiting until you're skilled before you do the thing. It's about doing the thing to get skilled. And you have to go through lots of iterations. You have to go through an enormous amount of effort and challenge and problem solving to get to an outcome. So I hope that helps. I'd really love to hear how you go with it. It's a simple thing, but it makes a massive difference. Commit to a time frame that you're going to do the work, and then pick your subject. And pick your subject. It's almost irrelevant what the subject is. I've done this project or this process in lots of ways in workshops where I've had people photograph a chair or a bench or something banal. And the stuff that comes out of it is beautiful. Like there's beauty everywhere. There's beauty in composition. There's beauty in the way light works off different objects. There's an immense beauty in all things. It just depends on how you see them. Okay, I hope that helps. Talk to you soon. Enjoy.